something squeaks in your home, then you find this blue can of spray to silence the squeaky sound. Or maybe you use this blue can to stop rust on steel. But did you know that this blue can of spray, known as WD-40, was originally invented for use on missiles? WD-40 stand for Water Displacement's 40th Attempt. That's the name straight out of the lab book used by the chemist who helped develop WD-40 back in 1953. Norman Larsen was attempting to concoct a formula to prevent corrosion, a task which is done by displacing water. Norm's persistence paid off when he perfected the formula for WD-40 on his 40th try. What ingredients in WD-40? First, around 50% of it is made up of aliphatic hydrocarbons. That's a type of solvent. While it sounds similar to something called Stoddard solvent, the makers of WD-40 say it's not quite the same thing. Next, you've got less than 25% petroleum-based oil, most likely mineral oil or a light lubricating oil. This helps with the lubrication. Then there's about 12 to 18% low vapor pressure aliphatic hydrocarbons. These reduce the liquid's viscosity, making it spray easily. Once applied, this part evaporates. To power the spray, WD-40 contains about 2 to 3% carbon dioxide. This acts as a propellant, and it's much safer than the original flammable gases used decades ago. Finally, there's less than 10% inert ingredients, but the exact details, still a trade secret. Its properties make it useful in both domestic and commercial settings. Typical uses for WD-40 include removing dirt and removing stubborn screws and bolts. It can also be used to loosen stuck zippers and displace moisture. Due to its lightness, i.e. low viscosity, WD-40 is not always the preferred oil for certain tasks. Applications that require higher viscosity oils may use motor oils. Those requiring a mid-range oil could use honing oil instead. Rocket Chemical Company. The invention of WD-40 was primarily for rust prevention in the aerospace industry. It was developed by 3 founders of the Rocket Chemical Company in San Diego, California. Today, it is manufactured by the San Diego-based WD-40 company. WD-40 was first used to protect the outer skin of the Atlas missile from rust and corrosion. The Atlas rockets were the first intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs, developed by the United States. Designed in the 1940s and 1950s, the Atlas missiles featured a thin outer skin that shielded the fuel tanks and 2-stage engines inside. However, the missile skin was vulnerable to corrosion, which could compromise its structural integrity. A specialized product was needed to remove rust and prevent further corrosion that could lead to catastrophic failure. That's where the invention of WD-40 came in, a water-displacing formula designed to solve this very issue. WD-40 worked so well that employees began sneaking cans out of the plant for personal use at home. A few years later, when its many household applications were discovered, Norm Larsen repackaged WD-40 into aerosol cans for consumer use. The product was officially launched to the public in 1958. In 1969, the Rocket Chemical Company changed its name to reflect its most successful product, WD-40. Thanks for watching Unseen Innovations.